Hi guys, my name's Ashley.
I'm Amber.
Today we're gonna just be talking about life, about things.
About tea!
And
Ooh.
Amber really wants to get into some tea. That was a weird sentence I just said. Amber
I'm
really
about to dive in.
This is gonna be like a personal chat with me. I asked you guys some questions on my Instagram, which is at AAAshleyK. So I'm gonna go through your questions and we are of course gonna respond to them. We're gonna get personal. It's basically like we're having a sleepover party and I made myself a dragon drink, a pinkity drinkity.
Also, Ashley is 2 years older than me. I'm 19, she's 21. Mm-hmm. We are both half Korean, half white. We live in upstate New York. I go to college in SoCal. Ashley goes to college here.
Yep.
We have our younger brother who's almost 17. That's basically it! And like Chris Peng is just chilling.
And this tofu with hair on it.
I love that guy.
Oh yeah, me too.
So epic. Being in a relationship, pros and cons.
I'm like a veteran.
Okay.
So I've been in a relationship for like 4.5 years. Relationship pros. You have like your best friend that like you can basically do anything with. Very much a sense of security. I think if you have a solid relationship with another person, then you have more time open to like focusing on other aspects of your life almost. Because you're not like, I feel like a lot of people spend their time like worrying about like relationships or like trying to maneuver relationships. But once you're in like a solid relationship, like maybe after you've dated someone for like a couple years and like you're very like settled into it, I feel like you have a lot of extra like headspace almost to be able to like do more things, have more hobbies, and just have fun. Cons of being in a relationship. I know I just said that you will have more time, but if you are like in a new relationships I feel like are so time consuming. You will like really like a new person and like want to spend all your time with them, or you will be arguing more and like it will just occupy a lot of your time. Or like if you're like really in like the talking stages of relationship, like you're always like texting them, like you'll text them all the time, you worry about them first, like you're FaceTiming them or something, and I feel like that can be like taxing on your brain. But for me personally, pros obviously totally outweigh the cons.
Maybe for your specific very healthy relationship.
I guess that is a fact.
Yeah.
I only have my experience with my wonderful boyfriend, and I'm very happy in my relationship, which I'm really lucky to have.
Yeah, I think if you're not in a very safe, secure relationship, there are like a million cons, and then the pro is that like it's happy sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's what people stay in those unhappy relationships for. We can get more into like toxic relationships later.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think I have a good question for you.
Okay.
So, how do you deal with old friendships and new friendships during college? So like how do you deal with like losing friends? Because I know like you've kind of traveled through friend groups, I feel like a little bit.
Yeah. So I think a big thing is that when high school ended, by the end of high school, I'd kind of narrowed down my friend group to a very small group of people that were like the best people.
Yeah, it was like 4 people or something, right?
And then when you go to college, all of my other friends were also going to college, so they also went their separate ways. We don't have to talk super often to feel like we're friends. Like we can go a while without talking and we know that we still have that love for each other.
That's
and
amazing.
You just have that mutual trust. Mm-hmm. You go to college, and then when you're with those new friends, it's kind of like very high pressure to see them pretty often, to maintain those good relationships, because like this feels really important. And if you lose those college friends, it's like I literally know no one else here, so like this is my main priority. Mm-hmm. So college friends are a very good time, can also be pretty high stress to be like, this matters so much that I like keep them around. Yeah. And then eventually like you probably lose your first semester friends just because you realize like they were not like your actual friends, they're just like the people that you saw every day. Mm-hmm. So then your college group gets tinier, but then you're happier because of it. Usually you're better off with like your few people that you trust. Mm-hmm. And then you don't have to talk to them every day. If you have that connection with each other, you know you don't have to be talking constantly. I had my freshman group of friends.
I kind of want to say some tea, but I can't.
I mean, they're not watching. So basically, here's the tea. I had my freshman group of friends. It was like 6 or 7 people. I'm friends with like one of them now. That's basically how it works. But then you go through some stuff and you're like, thank God I have that one friend, because that's really all that matters. And if you're worried about losing your high school friends when you go to college, you guys will always have each other. If people really stray off on their own, like you lose a friend from high school, just know that they're probably doing their own thing. It's okay. You can always reach out. I bet nobody like hates you. That would be like a crazy thing if like they ran like you guys will always have good feelings for each other. Really no big deal.
Like I feel like I definitely have friends from high school that like I might have not talked to in like 2, 3, 4 years, but like if I reached out to them now, like I feel like we would still like be talking perfectly fine, just because I'm like, oh, like I'm on a good level with like a bunch of people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think definitely just don't be afraid to venture out, meet more people.
Yes.
Life is a highway. You're gonna ride it all night long. Where's your phone?
I feel like you could also go off about, like, roommates as well.
Why?
Because, like...
You should ask a roommate question. Just make up one. Okay.
So, actually, one of you guys asked, do you have any, like, roommate stories? Roommate horror stories? Or just, like, roommate experience?
I could go off, queen. I'm just kidding. I actually can't. My stories aren't like, oh my god, that's crazy. It's just like, oh, that's, like, really awkward. It's, like, so awkward. 3 people in my freshman dorm. The girl that was in the middle of the room, I'm pretty sure she, like, hated me. But I never spoke to her. Like, there was just, like, unspoken beef in the room. I don't know why, but it was only centered around the middle girl. Can I just spill, like, all my tea?
Yeah, like, if you're already gonna say this, you might
I'm like the middle girl. Like, she's good. No, anyways.
Yeah, you're saying people's names. Like, no one knows.
She unfollowed me on, like, everything, so
that's okay.
What are the odds? A few weeks into school, she built up, like, a cage around her bed, which would have been, like, fine. It's just that, like, we never spoke, and then one day it was just there, and she'd always hide and, like, close all the drapes, and I'd be like,
I mean, that's what I would do, low-key. If
I know, but it's
kind
just,
of
like,
privacy.
Yeah, but it was, like, in a hateful way, I'm pretty sure. She was like, I mean,
you never know.
I think the cage is, like, sick. I would have got my own cage, except it was, like, she also would, like, turn off the lights at 8 p.m., so we'd sit in darkness. Like, me and my other roommate would be like, it's 8 p.m. on, like, a Friday, and it's, like, nighttime.
Trying to, like, do your homework or something?
Yeah, and I was like, just what the heck? And, there was one time I was walking down the hall, and my roommate and her friend were sitting in the hallway, and I walked past and, like, I waved, and as soon as I stepped past them, my roommate was like, okay, weirdo. Or she said, like,
I don't think she said weirdo.
Wait, what did she say?
Said,
I forget what she said. As soon as I said
it was, like, something really passive-aggressive. I can't remember what it was.
I can't remember
No, I know what she said.
What?
She said, love that.
Oh my god! Okay, so basically, as soon as I step past her, she goes, love that, to her friends, and they start laughing. And I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I'm going to I don't know. So that was really weird. Then, so this was first semester freshman year. Halfway through the semester, she leaves out of nowhere. Me and my other roommate are like, I have no idea where she went. Turns out she went home.
No, I thought she got, like, an Airbnb.
Yeah. So, okay, halfway through the semester, it's her birthday. She's in the room with all her friends. She's like, my dad gave me his credit card. He said we can do whatever we want. And I'm like, okay. And then she's like, we're gonna get this Airbnb. We're gonna go crazy. Like, I'm gonna buy dinner on everyone. Like, buy as much as you want. Like, it's all my dad's money. And I was like, this is weird, okay. And so she dips for her birthday, doesn't come back ever again. It's the middle of the semester, and suddenly she's just gone. And I'm like, all of your things are here for, like, another 2 months. Like, where did you go? And then she got a different dorm room. Yeah. She got her own single dorm. It was just weird.
Low-key, I had a single dorm room when I was a freshman because I feel like I always, like, wanted privacy. Like, I can understand that, but at the same time, like, I feel like you guys were both really good roommates, though.
Yeah, me and the other girl that were, like, nice are, like, ideal roommates to have.
Like, so
I was like,
clean.
What's
you
the
guys
problem?
were the cleanest ones.
Yeah, and we were quiet. Like, we just studied and went to bed. And I was like, what beef could you have with us?
I don't know.
But then it was fine because spring semester, a new girl moved in, and she had an emotional support dog named Ziggy. So there was a freaking dog living with us.
And she was so cool.
Yeah. But I've heard stories from my friends where other people's roommates thought that they were going to kill them. I had a roommate where someone actually held a knife up to someone and tried to kill one of my friends. It was a crazy thing. Yeah, luckily nobody tried to kill me, but...
That's literally insane.
What are your biggest icks in people?
None. I have a single ick. I don't care what people do. Charles could literally do anything, and I'd be like, I still love that man. He's amazing.
You have, like, a red dot on your face from the light.
Oh, okay, I'll sit forward then. Anyways, I don't have a single ick. People are like, oh, my ick is if I see a man playing, like, popcorn, the game on the trampoline. That's what I'm saying. But I think it's so funny. Like, I literally have done that with Charles, and it's hilarious when he's the popcorn. No one cares. It's so fun.
I mean, that's because it's Charles.
Ow. Like that, except you gotta rotate backwards.
If it's actually, like, a fun person, then none of these icks will apply. But if it's for someone that you're, like, about, or you're, like, kind of like, but not really, here are some great icks. 1. Everyone on the trampoline is playing popcorn. He's the popcorn.
How is that an ick?
Number 2.
I don't think ick should exist.
He is at the top of the water slide waiting in line.
That's normal.
That's weird.
No, it's not. That's so random. I personally don't think any icks are called for ever.
Those are the only 2 good icks that I have that I can, like, really imagine and be like,
like, this is awkward.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm trying to think if there is, like, one or two things I've seen Charles do that would, like, just be awkward. Maybe if, like, someone got, like, a toilet seat like super glued to their butt cheeks.
That's not an ick, that's hilarious. This is an interesting question. Have you ever struggled with weight loss or weight gain or body image?
100%.
100%.
I think like everybody does.
Who
And I
hasn't?
Yeah, I think our body confidence podcast on this was phenomenal.
True that!
It's like a whole 45-minute podcast.
Yeah, and we like really go in depth about it.
Yeah.
I think body image issues are a huge deal when you're younger and they last your entire life pretty much. You basically just have to sit down with yourself at one point and be like, I will never be able to change myself enough to be happy. So like,
yeah,
you just have to realize like, I am completely fine with how I am. There's nothing I can really do, and I am beautiful and I should be celebrated.
Yeah, it's literally like a matter of like acceptance and like self-love.
Like, it sounds like, oh no, eventually I just have to like be okay with this, but it's like, yeah, that's a great thing to be okay with this. I think you also have to realize nobody's judging you as hard as you judge yourself. Like, you can see all these negative things, but people are so much more worried with their own selves to ever care about what you look like, really.
Yeah.
It's just like, nobody's even thinking about it. Like, I remember in like 7th grade in middle school, I was freaking out constantly about what I looked like and like who I was.
Really?
And if I think about it, I don't remember what anyone else looked like or what anyone else was doing. I was so concerned with myself, so I guarantee you nobody remembers what I looked like.
Just have a good time, be nice to other people, and like people are gonna remember you being nice to them at the end of the day.
Next question is, how do you keep yourself learning more and constantly expanding your huge AF mind?
That is actually an amazing question. Well, first of all, I'm learning new languages. I'm going to school. I'm taking my classes in college. I'm also having engaging discussions with my friends and my family. I'm watching YouTube videos on new topics that I would like to learn about. And also, I'm listening to books.
Wait, how are you listening to books?
Have you ever heard of Audible?
What is that?
Audible is an amazing place. It's an app where you can find tons of books, podcasts, and more. Audible members have access to their Plus catalog, where you can find podcasts, sleep tracks, guided fitness and meditation programs, and my recommendation right now, Amber, tell me if you can guess what I am listening to right now.
It's called Dune?
No.
Oh.
I am also listening to that. I'm on the 4th book of Dune, God Emperor of Dune. It's amazing. But I want to ask you a specific book. Let's see if you can guess this one. It's called...
Is it French?
Oui.
Oh, oui.
It's called Nos étoiles contraires.
Not?
Nos étoiles. What's it? Étoile? Étoile.
Oh, the stars contrary.
Oui.
Oui.
Contraire, c'est fente.
The Fault in Our Stars?
Yes!
Are you serious?
Oui, en français.
Oui.
Oui. Audible members also get 1 credit per month towards their premium selection. For example, Dune by Frank Herbert. Highly recommend it. And of course, they have access to the Plus catalog as well.
So is there like a website or a number I can text to find this?
There literally is.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you can go to www.audible.com/YourMomAshley, or you can text Your Mom Ashley to 500-500 to get 1 free audiobook, start a 30-day free trial, and have access to their Plus catalog.
Next question, how do you find the perfect guy or like the perfect partner? I think a huge thing is you can make so many excuses for another person that isn't treating you properly. It could be a toxic relationship and you're like, but they're so sweet to me sometimes. They like all the same things I do. They're so fun.
They're like adventurous, or like we do fun things together. Like that could all. Mm-hmm.
But if they don't love you back, they're not the perfect one. Stop making all these excuses. Stop saying, but they're so much fun, but I love them. But do they love you back? No, I'm sorry.
Amber's talking from experience.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, like, if you're dating someone and you want to last low-key, like, you gotta find someone that's, like, pretty much, like head over heels for you. Like, someone that, like, genuinely, like, loves you and, like, will outwardly show it and not be embarrassed of that.
Mm-hmm. In my life, I've met a small handful of people that I thought were pretty much perfect for me, and I would make so many excuses for them, because maybe one guy really does love me, and he is so funny, and we like all the same things, but he's really mean. Therefore, I can try and cover up for him, but he's not gonna be perfect because he's always gonna be mean. Another dude could be really fun. We love all the same things. They're really hot. We live in the same town. We go to the same college. It's actually perfect.
This is, like, kind of, like, bruh, okay, it's fine.
We go to the same college. Everything seems perfect. It's, like, pretty much a perfect thing.
What if this man watches this video?
it could literally be, like, the most perfect thing. Like, this is the person that I want to be with. Like, this is, like, the most perfect person I've ever met. But they don't love you back. That's how that was for me. And that's just, like...
so sorry.
No, it's fine. So then, basically, you just have to realize, like, if there's one thing or, like, a handful of things, you have to realize, stop making excuses.
Something that's also really important is, this is something that I actually feel like I struggle with, is, like, not changing yourself for other people, whether it's friends or, like, you're in a relationship. But I feel like people could be like, oh, like, Ashley, do you want to do... And I feel like I could, like, completely, like, mold myself differently for every person in order to be more agreeable for them. Because I don't want to hurt other people's feelings. And I always want to be, like, very nice and, like, just be, like, the best person for them to be around, I guess. And then now I'm kind of like, nah, I should just be non-apologetic and, like, hold my ground and just be like...
Exactly.
Literally. So that's what I'm learning as I age.
So the question was, how do you find a perfect guy? Is that you are worth the perfect guy.
Can I also say...
keep your standards high.
I feel like no one is really gonna be perfect. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Like, nobody's gonna be perfect, but there can be
close to
beautifully
perfect.
good enough.
Yeah. And, like, you will always be able to, like, pick things out about, like, your partner or, like, other people that you, like, wish could be better. But, like, you make things work together.
There's no such thing as perfect, but there is such thing as worth it. Right?
I guess so, yeah. Did you ever have any experiences with bullying in high school? I'm trying to, like, think if I did.
I did in, like, elementary school.
I think you, like, really did in elementary school.
Yeah, I, like, really did. Well, I don't think it was ever bullying about, like, who I was. It was just, like, kids would randomly be, like, so mean, and then they'd be like, I'm gonna be mean to you. And then I'd be like, why? I remember in, like, 2nd grade, I would get, like, punched in the face.
What?
Literally.
By who?
Yeah, and my teacher saw it and was like, okay, bye. And I was like,
what? Didn't say anything?
Yeah, because they thought that I was friends with the person that was doing the bullying. So they were like, oh, you two are both bad kids. I was like, I'm the one being punched in the face right now.
Who punched you in the face?
So this girl would, like, punch me in the face, and we would both have to write apology letters. And I'd be like, what am I writing an apology letter for?
Yeah.
The other girl would do a lot of things wrong, and then I would have to also apologize. And for some reason, they kept pairing me together with this bully girl, and I was like, I'm not this girl's friend. She keeps hurting me. Like, stop making it. Anyways,
oh, Amber, I'm so sorry.
It's just crazy that I was, like, a 2nd grader, and I was, like, so confused. Like, my teachers were just confused, and then I was like, do you guys even know what's going on? And then, like, the bully girl's mom would be upset that I didn't want to go to their house, and then I would get yelled at, and I was like, your kid is bullying me. Yeah. I'm, like, getting hurt physically. And then there was, like, another girl that was just straight up mean, but only, like, verbally. But this is actually an amazing story. The second bully girl that was mean to me with words, me and Asher's little sister, if any of you guys know Asher from Twitch, it's Ashley's friend.
Knifing Marauder.
His little sister Shira was my best friend in kindergarten, and the second girl would make fun of me because our bus number was 33, and I would say free, and the second girl would be like, you don't know how to talk. It's not free. And I was like, dude, I don't know how to talk. I'm like 5 years old. And then Asher's little sister, Shira, would be like, Amber, repeat after me. 3. And Shira taught me how to speak properly.
And she got rid of your lisp.
She got rid of my lisp for the most part. And other speech impediments I had. And then I was not bullied as much. So thank you, Shira, for teaching me how to talk. That's sticks in my memory so much. I wonder if Shira knows.
I wonder if she knows. Well, maybe she'll know now. I'm gonna have to call up Asher and, like, be like, hey, did you know this?
Hey, Asher, you unfortunately have to watch our girl talk video. Isn't it funny how this whole video, it's like Ashley's in the perfect relationship with Charles.
I'm so sorry.
And then I have, like, roommates and, like, weird elementary school bullies. But, like, why?
But you have, like, so many, like, really cool life experiences that, like, you took advantage of. Like, I feel like you were, like, living your best life, whereas I'm, like, I think I'm a little bit more, like, homebodied.
Yeah, I'm really glad that I was bullied and tormented so that I could explain the stories to YouTube one day.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
For content.
At least it was content.
At least.
Oh my god.
I don't think I was ever, like, explicitly bullied by, like, one person, but I'm sure, like, at least for, like, being, like, Asian and things like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say both
like,
of us have had some, like, Asian things, obviously.
Like, all the time. Just be, like,
pretty
saying
much
weird stuff.
Through our whole lives, just constant Asian microaggressions.
Yeah.
Always thrown in our face.
Yep.
That was a heavy question.
That literally was. Could you spill any of the tea from, like, any of, like, your friends' stories, etc., of, like, anything interesting that happened in college? It could be, like, it could be whatever you want to spill, literally.
Okay, I have some funny stories. Well, basically, college is just funny because
kids go wild.
On the weekend, you have Saturday night, and then Sunday brunch, everyone meets back together in the caf to have breakfast, and you all just sit at the table like, it's so funny.
I never experienced that.
It's the funniest thing ever when your whole friend group's sitting there and you're like, I wonder if this, like, okay, I'm gonna give Every name I say right now is a fake name. But it's like so funny at like Sunday brunch, you'll be sitting with like most of your friend group except for one person that was like out doing crazy stuff last night. And then you're like, I wonder if like Emily's gonna come into brunch or if she's like still in that dude's room. And then they walk in and you're like, yo, it's so funny. It's so funny. And then they sit down and they like eat their tater tots and they're like, and I'm like,
and all
you're crazy.
Did you know whenever I used to sit in my cafeteria at my school in college, I would sit by myself every single time.
If I couldn't find friends to go to my cafeteria with, I wouldn't that day. It's like college. Like, that's how old I am now. I'm a pretty confident person. But when it comes to going to a cafeteria, I freak out.
I, like, TBH, like, didn't mind at all. I don't think anyone else cared. Because, like, you would just sit there and, like, do your homework and eat at the same time. And it'd be, like, chill. So it's whatever. But I just want to let you... I'm so sorry. But I want to let you guys know if you guys are, like, sitting alone, like, it's fine. It's kind of, like, a good feeling, actually. Like, you go there, you eat by yourself, and you're like, I just went by myself.
Yeah, and it's like... I'm a business bitch.
Yeah, literally.
Another funny college story I would say, the week that Corona hit was the most insane week of my life. Literally losing so many things all at once.
Yeah, she, like, it was relationships, chaos. Her future rooming situation.
Yeah, but a funny thing about that week was one of my friends was determined, can I, like, go in depth? I had this friend at college, and she was trying to plan to hook up with the guy for the first time, and when we were told that we all had to go home, she was like, I need to do it now.
No!
Yeah, and I was like, this is... The world is ending and this is what you're thinking about? So she was kind of talking to this guy, but it was very casual. Mm-hmm. So one night it ends up working out that they're like, oh yeah, we can hang out tonight. The other dude's like, I already moved out of my dorm room, so I don't have a bed. Can we go to your place? And she's like, okay. Like, she was not prepared for it.
Did she have roommates?
No, both of her roommates had both moved out already because of Corona. So she had the room to herself, which is fine. Mm-hmm. But then for some reason, she was like, my bed's way too tall. I need to lower it. Because if you remember my dorm room,
it was really tall.
Our dorm beds were like 10 feet tall. Like, they were so tall. So I had to go to her room and unscrew all the bolts and lower the bed lower. It took so long.
Got there?
Before the dude got there.
You are such a good friend, and that's so weird and random
but
as well.
I was just like, it was just funny, like, I helped her anyways. So we were, like, unscrewing all this stuff and, like, moving the bed, and it was, like, so hard, and she was like, he's gonna be here soon. And so then the bed's, like, awkwardly so low now, and I'm like, this looks even weirder, but, like, okay. And then I left, and then later that night I was like, are you okay? How's it going? And she was like, yeah, it happened. And I was like, okay. She was like, I'm kind of really underwhelmed. And I was like, yeah, okay. And then we got sent home for Corona. So that was a weird part of that week as well.
I can't believe you did that for her. That's actually amazing.
Yeah. I think for the last question in the video, we're just gonna do mental health care tips. I think a big thing in mental health is learning to take breaks where you need it. If you ever get really up in your own head, what I like to do is journal, because then when you write it out, those ideas make stop clapping. Oh my god. And then, because when it's written out on paper and you can read it as a full sentence, it kind of validates that, like, this is a real thing for you. And it just kind of makes you feel better. Yeah. I think another self-love thing is you kind of have to remember to do the things that you love to yourself. Like, if you love to eat a certain food, go get that food.
Yes.
If you want to watch a movie, watch a movie.
Yes.
Anything that you would do with, like, a significant other, if you're single, just do it by yourself, because that will still make you happy. I think that's a lot of what self-love is. It's just, like, treat yourself as if you're dating yourself. Give yourself that love and respect in all those fun times.
Yeah, you're literally, every day you're dating yourself as well.
Exactly.
But I feel like that's pretty much it for today's video. I think we had, like, some awesome stories, like, such a good chat.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy that, like, we're all here today. If you're still watching, we literally love you so much. Like, actually, I'm not even joking. One. You are a real one. I hope that you enjoyed the stories. I hope you guys found them interesting. If you guys have, like, any of your own stories or, like, any tea to spill yourselves, like, do it in the comments, because I would love to hear your tea. Not even joking.
Yeah, we really went in on the tea today.
Yeah.
At least I did.
Yeah.
I feel like I had a lot of tea to spill.
Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. We'll have some videos up soon. If you want to check out Amber, go check out her channel. It's at Amber Alexander. She has phenomenal videos, let me tell you.
Yeah, I have a lot of my, like, college-related videos, which are my fun videos. And a lot with the siblings as well.
Yeah, like vlogs, etc.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, yeah, thank you guys once again for hanging out with us today, and we will see you guys next time.
Peace!
Peace! Bye!
Bye! Ooh, Chris Pang. What are you doing here? Chris Pang's invited to Girl Talk. Everyone's invited to Girl Talk. This crazy dude. Squishmallow be like. Tofu with the hair.